नौकायिताभ्यां गुरुभक्तिदाभ्यां वैराग्यसाम्राज्यद पूजनाभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। कवित्ववाराशि निशाकराभ्यां दौर्भाग्यदावां बुधमालिकाभ्यां दूरीकृतानं विपत्तिताभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्याम्।
That's really going on. Just literally like this. Yeah, don't. Yeah, that's not enough. Take your time. Take time. Praise the Lord. Sri Sadgurnath Maharaj ki jai. उमापति महादेव की जय। Welcome devotees to another edition of the program Guru Vahini, a program produced and sponsored by the Sri Parameshwari Durga Devi. Ashram Incorporated. We are located at California Drive, Savannah Heights, Charleville, Sharvan, Trinidad, in the West Indies. This is not a satsang program. It is a program designed and produced for you to interact with us. For those of you who wish to text us your message via WhatsApp, or you can use the following contacts: 1-868-743-5145. Again, 1-868-743-5145. Those of you who are joining us on Facebook, we say welcome. Please like and share our videos on YouTube. Like and share our videos. Subscribe to our channel. Visit our website at www.shridurgamata.org. To those of you who are joining us locally and internationally, we say thank you for taking the time to join us in today's program. Before we go into the depths of today's discussion, let us clasp our hands together, close our eyes, bow our heads. Let us concentrate on Bhagwan Ganapati, Devi Saraswati, and the form of the Guru as we commence tonight's broadcast. Omkar Bindu Saryukta Nityatyayanti Yogina Kamara Moksharam Chaiva Omkaraya Namah. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samam Prabha Nirvighna Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaye Shu Sarvara Saraswati Mahabhage Vidya Kamala Virochani Vidyarube Vishalakshe Vidyadegi Namostute Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Katyayani Cha Vidmahe Kanyakumari Cha Dhimahi Tanno Durge Prachodayat. Om Aim Hrim Klim Shamgaya Viche Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Praise se bolo Jagadambika Durga Mata ki Jai. Mahapati Mahadev ki Jai. So welcome again devotees, our devotees locally and internationally. Thank you for joining us from wherever in the world you may be loved, in the US, Canada, England, throughout Europe, throughout the Asian continent, throughout South Africa, West Africa, wherever you may be loved, we say welcome and we appreciate the time and the effort you take to join us in today's devotion. So last week we started to look at the importance of the month of Shravan as it pertains to devotion to Bhagwan Shiva. And we saw that the month of Shravan, there are some extra special lessons that we can get, especially when it comes to pertaining to working out some of our negative karma. The month of Shravan, that entire month dedicated to Bhagwan Shiva, in which Tirat, pilgrimage, becomes very important. It allows us an opportunity not only to visit various holy sites, but also to earn punya or blessings by which we can burn our bad karmas. thus elevating ourselves, our consciousness, to a higher level. Today we continue to look at the glories of Lord Shiva. Last week we looked at the breath of the Sharvan, and we briefly mentioned of the other type of breath that is important to Lord Shiva. Today we are going to get an idea, guided by the Shiva Gamas, of the glory of the Shiva Lingam. And it is important to understand this potent object that we have in front of us. So today's information is taken partly from Shiv Puran and Shiva Gama. And in the Shiva Gamas, the question is asked, what is the Shiva Lingam? If someone were to ask you what is the Shiva Lingam, immediately that image of an oval shaped stone comes into your mind. But is that really what the lingam is? That oval shaped stone is used to symbolize something. And according to our scriptures, according to Vedanta, according to our Upanishads, that Shiva Lingam represents the Brahmanda. That is this entire cosmos, this entire universe. If you were to study Vedic cosmology, in Vedic cosmology, it is said that the Sahasra Shirsha Purusha, that infinite form of Narayan, is asleep on the Shirsagar. And as we exhale, numerous bubbles comes out. And each one of those bubbles is a Brahmanda. It is a universe by itself. Some of the universe are very, very big, some are very, very minute. So our universe is considered in Vedic cosmology an average universe. It is a universe, there are universes smaller than ours, and there are universes much, much more bigger than ours. Sanatana Dharma is the first dharma that put forth the concept not of a universe, uni means one, but of a multiverse in which there are multiple dimensions. It is today's modern quantum physicists and string physicists are telling us that there are multiple dimensions and there are multiple universes out there. Our Vedic rishis have put forth this concept. That is why they use this image of the sleeping form of Narayan on the Shivsarga. And as we exhale this multiple amount of bubbles that comes out, each one of them being a universe. So if multiple bubbles are coming out from the exhaling breath of Narayan, then which means that there are multiple universe or multiverse. So the Shiv Lingam represents this Brahmanda which we are living in. So it represents this cosmic universe, this cosmic egg, as we would say. The lingam is like an egg shape, like oval shape. Now why is the lingam oval in shape? If you have seen the Narmada lingam, once it's extracted from the Narmada river in its natural form, that lingam is oval. All they do with that stone is that they polish it and they shave out some of the deformities in it. They don't have to do anything else with that because it's a natural oval shape. So this lingam represents this Brahmanda and the different layers of the universe. And we see, according to Shiv Puran, how the lingam itself is subdivided. So, one Shiva, that Shiva Lingam represents the Brahmanda or God in totality in its unmanifested reality. God without form, All has two forms, the Satgun and the Nirgun, a manifested form and an unmanifested form. The Nirgun form is represented as the lingam, the Satgun form is represented as the human mind form. As the name implies, it's a Brahmanda. Brahman means infinite, without beginning, without middle, without end. And our universe, our Brahmanda, according to Vedanta, according to Vedic cosmology, it is still expanding. Today, even astronomers and physicists will tell you our universe is also expanding. And these were the discoveries of our ancient Vedic rishis. What modern day scientists are telling you, ancient Vedic rishis were telling us so many thousand years ago. Have you ever wondered when you do your Devi Puja, you worship the Navagrahas? It is only in the 16th century and later man started to realize that there, beyond the sun and the moon, there are other planets in the solar system. But for thousands of years, our Vedic rishis are telling us there are 9 planets, Navagrahas. And it is only when the Galileo invented the telescope, they were able to confirm that our solar system has 9 planets. So, again, the salutations to our great ancestors, our Vedic rishis, for enlightening us. So this Brahmanda, this God, infinite God, is represented as the Shiva Lingam. And just as the Brahmanda is divided up into different parts, like for example, in the middle, the Brahmanda, according to Vedic cosmology, Earth is situated somewhere in the center. Our solar system is situated somewhere, our galaxy is situated somewhere here. And below that, there are the different towers, or the patals. And above that, there are the higher lokas, like we are at Bhu, then there's Bhuva, Swa, Maha, Jana, Tapaha, Satya, Loka. And beyond our Brahmanda, beyond our universe, there Padmadhanam, the abode of Lord Shiva. There is Manipika, the abode of Durga Mata. There is Vaikuntha, the abode of Lord Vishnu. And so many, many far, far more superior lokas beyond our Brahmanda. Satyalok or Brahmalok is the highest point in our Brahmanda. Now, in Shiv Puran, this is condensed and is given a more simplistic reference. The stand on which the Shiv Lingam rests, that is the Buddha Shaktiman. She upholds the power. It is her one power, her energy that flows through the entire Brahmanda, allowing creation, sustenance, and destruction to take place. So that stand, that support in which the Brahmanda is held in place, that stand, that pitam, it is the correct Vedic word is a pitam. That pitam is the Abura Devi Ma, Shakti Ma. The very base of the lingam itself, not the stand. The very base of the lingam itself is the Abura of Lord Brahma. The middle portion of the lingam is the abode of Lord Vishnu. And the very top of the lingam, there is where Divine Shiva resides. That is why when you're doing offerings on the lingam, you offer from the top and let it trickle downwards. When you're offering the bay leaves on the lingam, offer it upside down. But when you see the upside down, from the other side, it is really right side up. So when Lord Shiva gets it, it is really right side up for him. When you do the abhishek with all the various liquids, it is offered from the top of the lingam and is allowed to trickle down. So again, just as the Brahmanda is subdivided into different places where different concentrations of energy reside. Our lingam, the same little lingam we have in our yard or in our mandir, in our puja room, is also subdivided. The stand in which the lingam rests is the Buddha Shakti, the base of the lingam is the Buddha Brahma, the middle of the lingam represents Lord Vishnu, and the very top of the lingam represents Lord Shiva. So, dear devotees, again, your Shiva lingam represents the Brahmanda. This is from Upanishads. This is from Shiva Gamas. Do not get distracted by uneducated, illiterate fools who will tell you your Shiv lingam is a vulgar image. It represents some degree of vulgarity and obscenity. Again, those who continue over the millennia to try to suppress our Sanatana Dharma, namely the practitioners of the Abrahamic faith, they are the ones that portray these ideas. They are the ones that try to sell these notions. So don't be gullible. If you want qualified answers to a question, you go to an authoritative source. If you want to know about Sanatana Dharma, you don't go to a Christian missionary or a Muslim missionary. You go to a Pundit who is trained in Vedanta. You go to our scriptures. Before Bhagavan Krishna left here, he said, let the scripture be your guide. And according to Shiva Gamas, according to Shiva Puran, according to Upanishads, the Shiva Lingam represents the Brahmanda, the totality of our cosmos, our universe. In the human body, where does this Brahmanda reside? You have 7 chakras, starting from the base of the spine, that is called the Muladhara chakra. At the very top of your head, the center of the top of your head, there is a Sahasradhara chakra. At the very center of the Sahasradhara chakra, the Sahasrara chakra is represented as a 1,000-petal lotus. With a very oval-shaped glowing light at the center. That oval-shaped glowing light is the cosmic energy of the entire cosmos on the top of your head. So the Brahmanda in the human body is at the very center of the head. When the Atma leaves through that Brahmanda, there is no more rebirth. That is where you experience Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. There is where you will see yourself not as an Atma, but you will see yourself as Shiva. And you will experience that Shivahood only when the Atma reaches that Sahasradhara chakra and exits through the Brahmanda. So in the human body, the Brahmanda is at the very center of the top of the head. In the wider cosmos, it is the entire universe. So, dear devotees, we have looked in brief of what this lingam represents. Now, how did this lingam, how did the one Shiva originate as this lingam? How did it come into existence? We have looked at the nature of the lingam, but how did it came into existence? In Shiva Puran, describes the origin of the lingam as being beginningless and endless. It first appeared as an Agni-stamba. What is an Agni-stamba? Let us break up the word. Agni means fire. Stamba means a pillar. In Sanatana Dharma, the concept of a pillar means that something that supports. The concept of Agni refers to light. So that column of light which supports Dharma. So that stamba, that Agni stamba, the lingam first appeared as an Agni stamba. So on one occasion, Brahma and Vishnu, they were marveling at the creation, and Brahma decided to say, I am most superior among the Trinity. If it wasn't for me, this universe would exist. And Vishnu starts to say, well, I am the superior one. You grew out of my navel. I created you. And then I give you the power to create the universe. And so they were arguing like this. And there came a time, and when things were starting to get out of hand, Bhagwan Shiva, he descended. So what this represents? This represents when the ego creeps into us, we are achieving success in our life, and the ego comes in. And then ego starts polluting our efforts and successes. Where it is no longer divine, it becomes personal now. Everything is I do this, this, I want that. And becomes about the I. So the one Shiva decides to appear as Agni Stamba between them. To support one, the supportive principles of Dharma, Agni needed fire to burn the ego, to destroy the negativity. At the same time, being light to illuminate the intelligence, to regain its consciousness. So you see how important Shivling Puja is? So Bhagwan Shiva appeared as a column of light between Brahma and Vishnu. And the voice, the Akashvani, sounded. He who could ever find the beginning or the end of this Agni Stamba will be declared as the superior among all the gods. Vishnu took the form of Varaha, the bow, and he starts to borrow down into the earth, looking for the beginning of the lingam. Brahma took the form of the Hansa, the swan, and he went up to find the ending of the lingam. Many years passed, and neither was successful. Vishnu decides to return to the surface, accepting defeat. And so Brahma, who didn't want to accept defeat, what did he do? He continued going upward, and there he saw a Ketika flowers was coming down, and he took it and said, you must come with me to Vishnu, and said, I take you from the head of Shiva. And so Brahma hatches this plan. And what happens? They both assembled right when it started. And Vishnu said, I feel to at the beginning of the lingam. Brahma said, well, I from the end of it. And this Ketika flowers is my proof that I have found it. And immediately, from the center of the column of fire, there emerged Bhagwan Shiva, fuming with anger. And from his third eye, the terrible form of Mahakal Bhairav came forward. And as Mahakal Bhairav came forward, Shiva instructed him to punish Brahmaji. And so, with his hands, he breaks off the fifth head of Brahma. So that head that Bhairav Baba has in his hands as well is the fifth head of Brahma. Having taken away the head of the ego, Brahma regained his senses and he apologized for his errors. That over that column of fire then transformed itself and became the Arunachala mountain range, which is in India today. So that Arunachala mountain range originated with the help of the Agni Stamba that we see. So this was indeed the first lingam. And from this lingam, Bhagwan Shiva himself declared that he is to be worshipped as this oval-shaped pillar, this oval-shaped stamba. And by so doing, he's going to support, he's going, just as a stamba, a post, a column, gives support, just like the post in your home, or in your foundation, supports the structure of your whole house. So too, Bhagwan Shiva, by worshipping that lingam, that oval-shaped lingam, he lends support to you, not the human being, but lends support to you, the Bhakta, lends support to you, the Atma, in its journey forward. The first lingam was that of the Agni, element, the fire element, showing that in the process, your bad qualities, little by little, your bad qualities will be burnt away, and the light that emanates from the fire will gradually illuminate your intelligence. Until one day you'll realize that the light within you is the same light within with the one Shiva. That is the glory of Shivling Puja. That is why Shiva Lingam Puja is so important. That is why the night of Shivratri, only the Lingam alone is supposed to be worshipped. During all other auspicious festivals to Bhagwan Shiva, the Lingam must be worshipped. Like when you do the Somavar Vrat, the Soma Vrat, the Pradosh Vrat, the monthly Shivratri Vrat, we are in the month of Shravan, you are required to worship Bhagwan Shiva through the medium of the Lingam. When you, those of you who have Bhagwan Shiva as a Ishdevata, it is compulsory that you have the Shiv Lingam on your compound and you do frequent worship to that Lingam. Dear devotees, in today's world, we use words like Lingam. We are referring to the Shiv Lingam. Now, in the Shiv Lingam is also representative of the foundation of all matter. It is the building block of all matter. And what is the building block of all matter? For those of you who are students of physics, what is the smallest independent particle of matter that can exist? And from your physics, you know it is an atom. The smallest independent particle of matter that can exist is an atom. Today, we are using words like atom. In English, we say words like atom, protons, electrons, energies, molecules, isotopes, neutrons, right? The subatomic particles, protons, electrons, neutrons, and in today's modern quantum physics, they talk about quarks and neutrinos, further subdividing the atom. But what is all of this? Our Vedic rishis used to talk about this, but they didn't use these English terminology. Remember, in Vedic time, Sanskrit was the dominant language. So in Vedic nuclear science, the lingam is the symbol of the atom. In those days, instead of using English words such as protons, electrons, neutrons, molecules, and so on, our Vedic rishis employed the language that was spoken at that time, which was Sanskrit. So they would use words like lingam, which means atom, Vishnu, which means proton, Brahma, which means electron, Shakti, which means energy, Renuka, which means molecules, Rudrani, which means isotopes, and Sarpa or Naga, which means neutrons. So this is what the language of Vedic rishis use. So really and truly, Bhagwan Shiva is telling you the sum total of all matter resides within. When Bhagwan Shiva said, I am the beginning and end of it all, I am beyond that which is that which can be known. I am beyond the structure of the universe. I am the father of the universe. This is what he is referring to. So dear devotees, your Shiv Lingam, I hope you see your Shiv Lingam. It is not just a stone you have in your yard, in your puja room. It is the image of the one Shiva. You have the entire cosmos, the entire universe symbolically represented here. You have the different deities and devatas present here. You have a miniature nuclear reactor present here. That is why when you do tantric Shiva puja, certain type of tantric offering, they tell you the offerings that are placed in top of the lingam cannot be consumed by humans. Why? It's not that it's contaminated, and you get all kind of illiterate pujaris and pundits will tell you that dirty. How that can be dirty if it's Bhagwan Shiva you worship? But through the power of certain type of mantras, the energy of the lingam changes. And sometimes the energy is in harmony with you, and sometimes it is not in harmony with you. So what you put in top of the lingam, under the influence of tantric mantras, it gives off an unusual burst of energy. It is not given for consume. It is not given to be consumed. However, there are other type of pujas, and these pujas follow more the use of the Vedic mantras. For example, if you go to the Krishna Yajurveda, you will perform the most sacred prayer to Bhagwan Shiva, which is known as Rudram, where you perform Namak and Shamak in certain mathematical combination. And the Abhishek that is performed while Rudram is being done, that liquid is collected and shared with the devotees. But when the Gori Sadhus, they will perform their tantric ritual with the lingam, all of that is touched to lingam has to be discarded. Because after part of their offering, the entire lingam must be powdered with vibhuti wine. Any nuclear physicist will tell you ashes, charcoal, has the ability to absorb and trap radiation. That is why Bhagwan Shiva is covered in bhasma. Ashes, the energy that emanates from his body under the use of tantric mantras. That is why he lives in Mount Kailash, where he's constantly kept cool. Just like a nuclear reactor, you have to keep pumping cold water and adjusting the control rods. Or else if you don't do that, you will get a nuclear explosion. So to Bhagwan Shiva, constant abhishek or constant cooling him. So when the energy starts to build, it will not become harmful. And sometimes, just like a nuclear reactor needs to be purged, he takes the form of the Nataraj and releases all that energy. That is why the ring of fire is around him. Your first nuclear physicist was Einstein and iron, copper, and all the colors in it. It was Bhagwan Shiva. So, dear devotees, this is the greatness of your Lord Shiva. This is the greatness of your Shivlinga. Again, do not let the so-called practitioners of the Abrahamic faiths try to convince you your Shivlingam is an image of vulgarity. It is not. It is the Brahman that is God in totality. It is infinite Brahman. That yard, that place where you have your Shivlingam, Bhagwan Shiva has given the instruction to call Bhairu Baba. O Bhairava, where after he had cut off the head of Brahma, Lord Shiva decides to bless him and give him his food and his assignment his duties. He says, you will be known as Kal Bhairava, the controller of time. You will be the one to keep time in a forward motion. That is why time do not stop and time do not move backwards because of the power of Kal Bhairava. Kal Bhairava take other forms, the Ashta Bhairavas, from which each one of the Ashta Bhairavas take another set of forms. So each one of them take 8, so the total we have 64 Bhairavas. Just as each one appear with one of the Chausat Yogini, we will look at that on another occasion. But this, wherever the Shiv Lingam is, Bhairava is there. Wherever that Shiv Lingam is, Lord Ganesh is in front of that Lingam. He's on one side of the Lingam, Nandi is facing the Lingam. Kartikeya is to this back. So the Lingam is surrounded Ganesh, Nandi, Bhairava, Kartikeya. So these are the energies you have wherever that Shiv Lingam is placed for worship. So do not desecrate it, do not abuse, do not neglect it. It is a very potent tool for your development. Each one of us, we should learn the Panchakshara mantras, the Linga Ashtakam, the different mantras, the Mrityunjay mantra. Learn these things and use it regularly. If you have the capacity and intelligence allow, go online and get a copy of the Rudram, the Namat and Chamak. Learn them. It is to your benefit. Great indeed will be your progress. Like I said, the most important Vedic prayer to Lord Shiva is the Namak and the Chamak in certain mathematical combination. And it brings greatness, it brings glory to the bloodline. Not only you, whoever recites the Rudram in the presence of the God, in the presence of the Vikram, they don't only get the blessings, but even their descendants and their ancestors also benefit from it. So you are in the month of Shravan, a time of heightened devotion to Bhagwan Shiva. Even if it's not within your capacity to read the Rudra, get it, download it, play it in your home. Let the mantras resonate in your environment. It will clean your home. It will clean your mind, your consciousness. Listening to it is just as potent as chanting it. Learn the Linga Ashtakam. The same Linga Ashtakam that Bhagwan Shri Ram used when he was performing Shivling Puja. People going to Lanka to do battle with Ravan. Learn the Akshara Stotram. Learn the Mrityunjay Stotram. Learn the Mrityunjay Mantra, the Panchakshara Mantra, the Rudra Gayatri, all of these mantras, very sacred to Lord Shiva. Devotees of Lord Shiva, after you worship Lord Shiva, it is important that you put the Vibhuti Chandan on your forehead. So that is part of the Shiva Prasad. So after you have worship Shiva, you conclude your worship, you just take a drop of Vibhuti and put it in your forehead. And you get the same blessings of Bhagwan Shiva there. So dear devotees, we have looked at the greatness of the Shivlingam. We have looked at the potentiality of devotion to Bhagwan Shiva. So we are going to discuss now some basic articles of Abhishek. As we mentioned last week, Abhishek is the main method by which Lord Shiva is worshipped. Now devotees, you can feel free to contact us at the ashram and get a copy of this magazine. This magazine is prepared in accordance with Shiva Dhammas, and the information that I'm sharing with you is condensed in this book. So, in the month of Shravan, offering water and Abhishek with water is very important. And the blessings you get, and I'm summarizing here now. And the blessings you get is, it rejuvenates your life. You can also do Abhishek with cow's milk, and that gives you long life. Abhishek with Delhi, that gives you good children, and it also cures infertility. Abhishek with honey, it gives you success, especially those of you involved with the creative arts. Abhishek with cane juice removes all enemy, not only an external enemy that is trying to harm you, but your internal enemies of lust, of greed, and anger. Abhishek with Panchamrit, it gives you good family life. Abhishek with coconut water, it helps you get employment. Now these things, you must be guided by your godfather, your guru. Consult your guru, don't take it upon yourself to play pundit. Talk to your godfather, let him advise you based on the particulars of your personal situation. He will advise you what is appropriate. Abhishek with rose water, it gives you happy life. Panchamrit gives you mental stability. Abhishek with sandalwood paste, it grants you details. Abhishek with brown sugars, it helps destroy your hidden enemies. And so there are many, many different articles of Abhishek you can use to overcome bad karma. Abhishek with Vibhuti mix in water can help you. To overcome untimely death, lime juice or lemon juice can be used, as well as Abhishek with black tea can also help you recover from uncurable disease. So dear devotees, these are just a mere example of what you can do, articles you can offer on your Shivlingam. But what is more important in terms of ingredients, you must offer that daily. And when we are offering the daily, make sure it's a strong daily. It must not have any defects like any holes, it must not be broken. Try your best and get a leaf that is not soiled, that is not stains and so on in it. It must be fresh. If you have access to a lot of daily, During this time, especially when the Krishna Chaturdasi that is coming up on Sunday the 19th of July, offer your 108 daily after you offer your 108 local water. On the Mondays, you can also do this. For those of you who are devotees of Lord Shiva, when you're doing a special devotion to Lord Shiva, offering the daily, making the mala with the daily, offering, doing havan with the daily fruits, all of those things you can do to enhance the quality of your devotion and thus bring additional blessedness to your life. So, dear devotees, we have looked briefly at Shiv Aradhana, some of the compulsory offerings, as well as we try to understand in a basic way the Shiv Lingam. And I hope with our description, guided by the Shiv Agama, you see your Lingam is not a stone. It represents the Brahmanda. It represents the very foundation of matter. So at this point in time, we will have some relevant questions pertaining to today's discussion.
Okay, our first question. We normally conceptualize the lingam in that stone form. Is that the only form of the lingam, or does the lingam take other forms as well?
The Shiv Lingam, the most common form of the Shiv Lingam is stone. However, again in Shiva Dhamma, there are still, and even in Shiv Puran, there are certain articles that are recommended the lingam can be made out of. For example, during this month of Shravan, some devotees would make a lingam with dirt, clay, and they will worship it for the entire month of Shravan, and then take that lingam and dissolve it in the river and ocean. That is one. So it can be made with dirt. The lingam can be carved out of stone, which we know. The lingam can be made of a certain type of wood, like the dale wood and so on. It can also be made out of metal. So there are lingams that are made out of gold, there are lingams that are made out of silver, there are lingams that are made out of amalgamation of silver and mercury. That is called a Parad lingam. And that is a very, very potent, a very, very sacred lingam. More than the great yogis who don't mix with society at all, they are the ones that form devotion with this type of lingam. The lingam can be a piece of crystal rock. The lingam can be also be made out of natural pearl, moti lingam, they call that one. Right? So Bhagwan Sri Ram, he uses sand from the shores of the Indian Ocean, and he made that Rameshwaram lingam. So the lingam can be made with other materials that are recommended in scripture.
A lot of references given to the belief in Shiva Puja and especially worship on the lingam. Why is the belief so important in Shiva Puja?
Among all the things that may be offered to Lord Shiva, if it doesn't contain the belief, it is said the worship is very much incomplete. If you were to go to the Sri Suktam of the Rig Veda, it tells us about the origin of the belief. In the Sri Suktam, it is mentioned that the belief has its origin with Lakshmi Mata. And in Devi Bhagavatam, on one occasion, Lakshmi Mata performed severe devotion to Lord Shiva. The whom she wanted was to remain united with Narayan at all times. And so Bhagwan Shiva, after a period of time of devotion, her body started to transform into that sacred tree. And Bhagwan Shiva was so pleased with her devotion that he appeared there and blessed her. Now you have to understand the relationship between Bhagwan Shiva and Lakshmi Mata. In Lord Shiva's mind, he considers Lakshmi Mata like a mother. Understand what I'm saying? He considers Lakshmi Mata like a mother. I'm not saying Lakshmi Mata gave birth to Shiva. I did not say that. Bhagwan Shiva, he considers Lakshmi Mata like a mother. Right? So when her body became like when the body became transformed to the dale tree, Because it originated from the body of Lakshmi Mata, right away it gained auspiciousness. So that is why because of the high status in which Bhagwan Shiva holds Lakshmi Mata, when the daily is offered, it is only offered on his head. It is not placed at his feet. Because if he considers Devi Lakshmi to be like a mother, he honors her by putting that leaf on his head. Just as you would bow your head and let your head touch your mother's feet, so too he takes that leaf which originated from her and puts it on his head. And just as the origin of the leaf was as a result of the devotion Lakshmi Mata had for Lord Vishnu, the leaf became a symbol of devotion that he whoever offers this day leaf, he becomes dear to Lord Shiva. He becomes Shiva Bhakta. So the origin of the day leaf has to do with the Leela of Lakshmi Mata, but the sacredness has to do with the manner in which it came into being and the way Lord Shiva treats that day leaf. So the day leaf is indeed compulsory in all forms of Shiva Puja. Whether you're doing the Vedic rituals or the Tantric rituals, if you omit the day leaf, your Shiva Puja is not complete.
Okay, so another leaf that we use a lot in puja is the tulsi leaf, and we hear a lot of older people say that they've been told that the tulsi leaf should not be used in Shiva puja. Could you clear that misconception?
Alright. In the Brahma Puran, it declares the only deity you don't put tulsi leaf in prasad or offerings to is Bhagwan Ganapati. That is the verdict of the Brahma Puran. The only deity you don't offer tulsi leaf to is Bhagwan Ganapati. All other deities, they take the tulsi on their head. That is the degree of sacredness the tulsi has.
Okay, as Hindus, or when we do our daily rituals or daily puja, there's this practice where, especially people in the older generation, they'll go to the jandi and whatever their prayer is, they would pour the abhishek on the lingam, no matter which prayer is used. Could you as well give some light on that?
All right. So this is a common practice, yes, among the older generation. Remember your lingam by your jandi. It is called Shiva Lingam. If you pray the Surush Narayan Swami, that is your Shiva Lingam. You don't offer Surush Narayan Swami and jal on Shiva Lingam. Just as how you worship Lord Vishnu alone on the Shaligram, or you worship the Divine Mother alone on the Chakra, on the Sri Chakra, so do you worship Lord Shiva alone on the Shiva Lingam. It is called Shiva Lingam for a purpose, and that is only devotion to Lord Shiva alone. So if you're worshiping Hanuman Baba, you offer the Lota water to Hanuman Baba, you offer it not on the Shiv Lingam. If you're doing a Durgadal, not on your Shiv Lingam. If you're doing Shanidev offering, not on your Shiv Lingam. If you're doing Sunday morning offering to Satyanarayan Swami or Surush Narayan Swami, that is not done on your Shiv Lingam. But if you're doing Jal offering, that Lota water is being offered to Lord Shiva, it must be done on your Shiv Lingam. So your Shiv Lingam is for Lord Shiva's worship alone. Just as your Shaligram is for the worship of Lord Vishnu alone, and the Shiv Chakra is for the worship of the Divine Mother alone, you worship only Lord Shiva on the Shiv Lingam. All deities can be worshipped by the Pipal tree. All deities except Bhagwan Ganapati can be worshipped by the Tulsi tree. So, if you want to offer Hanuman Baba Jal, offer it on the Tulsi tree or by a Pipal tree. If you want to offer Ganesh Baba Jal, offer it by a Ganesh Chandi, or if you have the beard dirt, you can offer it on the dirt and all. But the Shiva Lingam is for the worship of Lord Shiva alone.
Okay, another practice that we have when we're doing Shiv puja is applying the chandan and the three stripes across the surface of the lingam. Could you tell us exactly in what order that should be done?
And Shiv Agama. Now, Shiv Agama is the authoritative text for all the different rites and rituals, as well as all of the different concepts and philosophies of the lingam, especially when it comes to Shiv worship through the medium of the lingam, what can be offered for what purposes and so on. When you're offering vibhuti or chandan on the Shiv lingam, the three stripes, the tripunda mark that is in the forehead of Lord Shiva must be applied. Unlike most devotees, they will apply it randomly, which is wrong. It must be applied from the bottom, from the right way to the left. So bottom first, then the middle, and then the top. And that represents your progression towards Godhead. You're going upwards in life. Nobody likes to go down in life. So you don't put you don't put the marks going downwards and in any random order or direction. You always put it from the bottom up. And what does that represent? The first one, Satyam, second one, Shivam, and the third one, Sundaram. And you put it like this. And then you will see, after some time of practice, your life itself becomes Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. You start to progress, you start to see your way, you start to gain your success. But if you put it downwards, you bound yourself more into karma and into debts, and you get yourself into trouble.
Another symbolism, not just with the lingam, but with Lord Shiva generally, is that of the Rudraksh. Can you give us a reason and make a link between both?
The Rudraksh originated from the teardrops of the Lord Shiva. It is the compulsory mala of Lord Shiva. The lingam, as far as practical as it is, depending on the size of your lingam, if it's big enough, you must adorn the lingam with your Rudraksh mala. All the devotees of Lord Shiva, you are required to have a Rudraksh mala. A Rudraksh mala is best for householders' life. The Rudraksh mala came from the teardrops, the Rudraksh trees came from the teardrops of Bhagwan Shiva. Lord Shiva, on one occasion, he was moved with so much of compassion for all of all the different creatures upon the face of the earth. He was so compassionate. He was moved with so much of compassion that he became overwhelmed. That a few drops of tears fell from his eyes, and from that the Rudraksh trees came into being, and the fruit, when it bears the seed, the Rudraksh seed became the favorite of Bhagwan Shiva, and there is where he makes his mala. It adorns his body, his devotees, it adorns the lingam, and it adorns his devotee. Devotees who will take certain breaths and vows to live their life as a sadhu, very often they'll string a single Rudraksh on the genuine thread and place it around their neck like a kanti. That is a special vow you take to live a life in a certain way. So that is how sacred the Rudraksh is. And it's a favorite of Lord Shiva. It is a very safe mala to use for all householders.
Okay, and the final question. Could you just recap like the offerings that's done during the month of Shravan? And
For the month of Shravan, very simple. You perform your abhishek mainly with water. You can include your milk, your dahi, your honey, your ghee, your panchamrit. But as I said, those things be guided by your guru. In the month of Shravan, simple abhishek with water will be good enough. Apart from doing the abhishek with water, you must offer your day leaves. In the month of Shravan, the offering of white color flowers is very important. Even the devotees are required to dress in white outfit for this month that they're doing their worship to Bhagwan Shiva. You put on your Rudraksh mala, you put on your Vibhuti Chandan, and you worship Lord Shiva by doing your offering on top of the lingam. You can use your milk and so on if you want. You can make it Shiva Dal if you want. But the offering of water is very sacred in the month of Shravan. You offer your daily, you offer your Vibhuti, you offer your Chandan, you offer your your white flowers, and you do your camphor arati. And keep it as simple as this. Repeating the Om Namah Shivaya, or the Mrityunjay mantra, or the Rudra Gayatri, or any of the other mantras given to you by a guru, dedicated to Bhagwan Shiva, and you will benefit from it. Try chanting the Linga Ashtakam every day during the month of Shravan. And like I said, on the days of the Mondays, especially on the days of the Trayodashi, the Pradosh Vrat, on the days of the Krishna Chaturdasi, you play, if you don't have the capacity to chant, you play the Rudram, the Namak and the Chaman with the special mathematical combination that will allow you to receive the benefits also. Principal Umapati Mahadev Ki Jai. So dear devotees, we have come to an end of our discussion of the worship of Lord Shiva and the greatness of the month of Shravan. Next week we will go to a new topic. However, I do implore you to take the time, study what we have discussed in today's program. For those of you who sent in your message, excellent questions. These questions, I'm sure a lot of devotees were also contemplating on them. So I congratulate you all for paying attention and sending in these questions. You have helped a lot of people resolve or get answers to very important questions. We do appreciate the time that you have taken to join us in today's broadcast, and we look forward to joining you next week Thursday when we continue with another topic of discussion. So on behalf of the production team of the Sri Parameshwari Durga Devi Ashram of this program, Guru Vahini, and indeed on my own behalf, I say we do appreciate the time that you take to spend with us in these few moments of discussion, and we look forward to your continued interaction. Even after we have signed off, you can continue to send your messages and questions. We will entertain them. So before we sign off, let us clasp our hands together, bow our heads, close our eyes, and we offer our closing prayer. Om Karpura Gauram Karunavataram Sansara Saram Bhujagindraharam Saravasantam Hridayarvinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Tvameva Mata Chatpita Tvameva Bandhu Chasita Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Principal Jagadambika Durga Mata Ki Jai. Umapati Mahadev Ki Jai. Shri Satya Sanatan Dharma Ki Jai.